Okay.
Yeah, that's alright.
Okay. Wait. I'm sorry, right?
Yep.
Oh, Doug.
Jelo, Zxyro,
Okay.
me. Why did
Hello.
I just
Oh.
restart?
Okay.
Say, give us a countdown so we
Oh,
know.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Hello, guys. It's me, Jelo Kid. Oh no, I don't want to do that.
Zxyro.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Dude. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello, it's me, Jelo, with your host.
Why? No,
Zxyro?
it's just Jelo. Start over. Bro, it's just Jelo.
3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. It's me, Jelo.
I'm Zxyro.
And I'm Sanic.
Welcome to BurgerSauce podcast.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
Okay. So
Been a while.
everyone, Christmas is by the time we're recording this, Christmas is coming up quite soon. And we decided to do a little podcast for it, a little Christmas special, as you may call it, huh, Zxyro?
Okay, just cut the crap. Okay, we just gonna say like Merry Christmas to everyone. The time of recording this is on the 22nd. Yeah, the 22nd, and we just want to say Merry Christmas from BurgerSauce Boys to you.
Viewer.
So when we finally release this in January, we hope you'll be able to reflect upon your Christmas of 2019.
We'll try to get this out as soon as possible, close to Christmas or even on Christmas. Okay, so that's pretty much it for that. We want to talk about holidays, how holidays change when growing up. So I think I'll start it off just to give an example.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, I'll use Christmas as an example. When I was a kid, until about the age of 10, maybe 11, I always had this tradition that I had in my head, like what is going to happen on Christmas, because that's what happened on Christmas with my family. And that sort of changed when I've gotten older. I've gotten to see, like, I obviously learned Santa wasn't real, and I think that was the start of the downfall of Christmas.
Spoiler alert.
Dude.
Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Santa isn't real. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think that was the downfall of it. And now when Christmas is coming up, it doesn't even feel like Christmas. Like, it feels like Christmas shouldn't be for another year or so.
Yeah.
Because when I was little, it felt like that's how long Christmas is away, and it took that long.
No.
Oh, go. Okay.
This Christmas, it doesn't feel like Christmas. It doesn't feel like it's even December. It feels cold, but that's about it. That's
It's like
the closest
November.
it feels.
Yeah, it's just weird because like I said, when I was a kid, I couldn't even sleep on the night of Christmas. I was so excited for Christmas morning, and now I go to
Now
sleep.
he
and
just
that's
can't
it.
sleep.
Well, oh yeah.
Like, I didn't even know Christmas was coming up. Like, I thought it was like for another couple weeks or something.
Yeah, I didn't even know like Christmas was this week.
It's
or
like in
like-
3
I think-
days, right? Wednesday or something like that?
3 days. It's in 3 days, guys.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really does not help that, like, we now since we're all junior year, spoiler alert, it's nothing but finals. And because of that, you're just so focused on life. And I feel like
Yeah.
everyone can kind of relate to that.
I
all
think you
the-
need. I think you need when you start junior year that you need to start thinking about life and what you need to do with it, and like around 8th grade is when you need to ditch these like kid habits, or like habits that most kids have that are just wake up and play and do whatever with their lives, because they're kids. They don't really need to worry about anything until about like I said, maybe 7th grade, maybe 8th grade. Like that's when kids need to start, or that's when kids start worrying about other stuff besides when is Christmas and all that.
Yeah. And I think besides that whole thing of like growing up where the holidays don't really feel like holidays, I feel like these past few years have been so like filled with controversy and political climate and stuff that like you're not exactly focused on any of that. You're so focused on everything going on around you. And so when it finally comes down to it, you're like, oh, hey, now it's 3 days away from a holiday that everyone used to kind of get ready and excited for. And like a lot of traditions have been lost for some reason.
Yeah. Like, at this point for me, like, Christmas, like, with all, like, the finals and stuff you guys said, just all, like, the work and, like, just tasks, Christmas just feels like another chore at this point. Like it's not even like a holiday. Like it's like mandatory, like happiness or something.
Yeah,
It's
like
just-
you need to be excited for it,
Mhm.
and that's what kind of like brings it down for me too. When you realize you're not excited for something that you need to be excited about, it kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
Because like you try to force yourself to be excited, and then so when it finally comes around, you're kind of disappointed.
Yeah, it's just I think it needs to become natural, and when you grow up, those traditional things you used to do on Christmas don't become so traditional, and you need to make new things traditional. That's what I've been telling myself, is that I need to make new things traditional to make it feel like Christmas again.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
always have to kind of create new things as you grow older, and as you gain new quirks and ideas and stuff.
And that's why, Jello, I wanted to go on medieval mode on Smith, huh?
We did, and
Huh?
we fucking died. It was horrible. I didn't want to go on medieval mode. It's not a tradition.
It was a tradition. We did it for 2 years in a row.
I don't
That's
remember it. That's Zxyro. It's a chore, okay?
okay. Anyone else got any final opinions on that?
I think my final things I want to say is just like, is Smithmas out yet, or are they gonna miss Christmas again?
No, it's out.
Yeah,
It's
it released
out.
like a day in Christmas, or not Christmas. December came along.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's not
okay.
even an update. They just like released like cosmetics and
Yeah,
that's
they
it.
said here's some new they said here's some
Yeah.
bad cosmetics and a stocking.
Is
Yeah.
it worse than
Christmas.
Scout Pompadour?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. A lot.
Oh,
of
They have
that's-
a
mm.
soldier helmet with like megaphones on it, and that's cool.
How
And-
downhill has TF2 gone?
It's just Fortnite items now. Like it's
yeah,
really
they're
bad.
just Fortnite cosmetics.
Oh, they're trying to be Fortnite.
Well,
I think they're just trying to get it like that because they see Fortnite is whoa.
They see the monetary
all those
value.
cosmetics are community made, so the community made those. Like I guess most of the community at this point is just trying to make like they're not even their own stuff, just stuff to get into the new crates, just to get money. And,
Yeah, it's
They
very
see it as a money source.
because it's a good
It's
revenue
kind of like
source.
capitalism.
Team Fortress 2 promotes capitalism.
No. Moving on. No politics. No politics.
Why? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking
so,
of
yeah.
politics,
Oh,
have you guys seen the new meme of the month?
Oh
What?
yeah. Well, it's like, God, hold on, hold the
Okay.
what's happening? What's happening?
I don't know.
Oh,
There's
go
knocks
ahead.
on his door.
It's all going to hell. This is it.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, so meme of the month. So recently, it was like the 16th where the Africa fact check thing came along. It didn't last too long. It lasted like,
I
what,
don't-
like a day?
Yeah, no, seriously, like just one day, everyone just was Africa fact check, and then it was gone as soon as it came.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it means. I don't know
No,
where
It
it
was,
came from.
It was.
I saw this shark about like 50 feet out of the water. Now, why is the shark just jumping out of water like that?
What's
And-
the joke?
Yeah, I was literally wondering that for a day straight of what the joke was.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I looked in the comments and all of it was just false.
Fake
Well,
news.
okay, so for me, I was just scrolling through Instagram. Because I was really bored, and then I just came across one of those fact accounts that's like obviously not an actual fact. It's either just like political or weird, and with like really bad grammar. And all I could see in the comment section was just Africa fact check, Africa fact check. This post was checked by Africa fact check.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was really bad, and I was very confused as to where it came from. I still don't even know where it came from. Like, what was the origins of it? Just that shark?
I think Joel-
Yeah, so like on the 16th, somehow, or I think Instagram gave like these like fact checkers like the ability to check Instagram posts to see if they were
Oh.
stating true facts or not. So they did that for like a couple hours, and immediately people caught on to it, and they bullied the duck out of them. So now they don't exist anymore, or on
What do you mean
Instagram
by
anyway. They just posted like if you stick your hand into a grinder, you'll get $100. And then
Oh,
yeah,
so they manipulated it into always doing a fact check.
something like that. Yeah, that's the origin of that epic meme. I'd say that's a pretty good meme of the month. It was short and sweet, but
Yeah.
it
So
did
so
its
this
job.
is the new
Segment.
segment. This is the new segment we're gonna do on the podcast where we're just gonna do a meme of the month.
I'm
My
nominated.
dog is barking.
Is that the meme of the month?
Kick the weenie.
Kick the weenie.
Yeah, but there's another thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you know much about it. It's the YouTube awards, I think they're called, or something like that.
So what?
Or I don't know. I don't even know what it's called.
YouTube Rewind?
No, that's not it. It's literally awards from YouTube for creators, and
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's an award ceremony type thing.
yeah, exactly.
And they select certain creators for different various things.
Yeah,
Like-
and so there was a reward for Creator of the Year, right?
Yeah,
And it's listing off all these creators. I can't remember exactly. It had Mr. Beast.
David Dobrik.
Yeah, it had David Dobrik, Mr. Beast, and Tana Mongoose. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, just Mongoose.
And I was like 100% sure Mr. Beast is gonna win it because this was like the best year he's ever had on YouTube.
Yeah.
He has like what 20 million subscribers,
Something like that.
and
Yeah,
and each
like
and
the
each
most
episode it has at least 18 million views,
Wow.
and that is just crazy. That's a crazy ratio to have 20 million subscribers and 18 million views on an episode, right?
Also, he's been
almost
very
more than 90%.
uncontroversial.
Yeah,
He's
and
had like no negative controversy.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't anything like that. And they start naming off all the creators, like I said, Mr. Beast, and they get to the end and they're like, "Oh, Tana Mongoose," and then she wins the creator award. And like I forgot she even existed.
I did
Like,
too.
after
That's true.
after the iDubbbz video that he did on her, I forgot she was even on this earth.
Wasn't she like the only reason why she was popular was because of the controversy?
Yeah, and the controversy is actually she's the Mr. Beast had no controversy, like we said, and she had pretty big controversy.
Yeah, she grew
She
from it.
For her being racist.
well, no,
and
she
all
did
that.
she did the same things that PewDiePie did. But PewDiePie was the one who like got labeled a Nazi and all that and this and that,
Yeah,
and got
I
shunned by you basically.
yeah, I think that's because he's just seen as like a big outpost for
Yeah.
for the social media. But she gets awarded Creator of the Year, and which I was just like, what? How did she get it and Mr. Beast didn't? Like,
What did she do to deserve it?
So
I think the
No.
awards are rigged.
Yeah.
the way the way that works is that Creator of the Year is selected by the voters, and so so what happens?
really?
So what ends up happening for her to get that is that she goes, and if you look at her reaction, it doesn't seem like this is the case because her reaction is like, "Oh my god, I don't
Yeah.
deserve this award. And this
Yeah.
goes out to all you who don't think you deserve the awards in life and this and that." And like, I'm so surprised, and
Yeah, she tries
and
to act
she's,
really
like,
humble. and
pretends
all
like
that.
she's gonna cry, and then like, I can't, I don't deserve this and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
But
what you say during,
it's a very fake reaction. The way you know how is because
Yeah, it was
she
pretty generic.
constantly was campaigning for all her fans to go and just vote anywhere, every way they can for her to be Creator of the Year.
Yeah, it's
And,
kind of like that thing you see in like movies where they're like, it's really generic and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Much. And
a
stuff
B movie, like a B movie type script for award ceremony, and she ended up campaigning and all that. And I'm sure like if Mr. Beast campaigned for it, he would have won it so easily. Like even just the fact that him and David Dobrik got so close. David Dobrik I think campaigned for it a bit. I don't know, but I know Mr. Beast didn't really care too much about it. And so that's why she ended up winning over all of them because they didn't really care to, even though they kind of deserve it a lot more than she does.
Yeah.
But I hate that mostly because of her reaction at the end, just her trying to be like, "Oh, I'm so humble. can't believe this happened.
Yeah, it's like you don't go up there after you get an award like that.
Yeah,
Kind of.
yeah. For like a
You don't give
community
that
like
kind of-
voted, yeah, you don't do that kind of speech for a community like driven like award.
No,
Yeah.
because yeah, and I think that's another thing why everyone, because she acted like it wasn't community driven, even though it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even
well,
then, awards are kind of rigged in the sense. They'll even like they know you'll get the award or whatever, but they'll still call you on after, like before they even do the awards, like, oh, so you won this, but we want you to come down and be able to get the reward or award or whatever to try to get.
I'm pretty sure David Dobrik won a bunch of awards that night too. So
Yeah,
I mean, at least I don't know. I just think that's pretty much. I don't even know how to react to that.
I don't
Okay.
even know anything about David Dobrik besides him giving away Tesla.
Yeah. Okay. So we also want to talk about PewDiePie, quote unquote, taking a break. We just wanted to cover this because when he said it, the media went like crazy. Like what CNN covered it, right?
I don't know.
CNN, okay, well, so majority of outlets were like, PewDiePie is quitting YouTube because he's quote unquote tired, and this and that. And then CNN covered it more accurately, which is that he was taking a break from YouTube. And then CNN also immediately brought back up the whole thing about PewDiePie being a Nazi and everything.
Yeah, they don't need to bring stuff up like that. And
Yeah.
I don't even know how long. I think he's taking it like for what, a month?
I think something like that. I don't even know if he has. No, I don't even think he has a set time. I think he just wants to take a break. Yeah, starting next year. And it was just, he even said in one of his videos that he put it at the very end of the video just because he didn't want it to be big.
Yeah.
And ironically, all the media, all the news outlets are like, he's gone for good because he's tired and this and that, and kind of doing that whole thing of, ooh, boo hoo, I have a real job, you don't.
Yeah, pretty much. Jelo, did you know anything about it?
I saw like memes of like it was just like the media posts, like screenshots of the media posts. Other than that, I haven't seen it. I haven't been much on YouTube at all lately. So.
Okay, well, we just wanted to cover that real quick because it seemed like the media made it a bigger deal than it actually was, or than it actually should have been. It should have just
all
been-
he's doing is just taking a like whatever time he feels like off of YouTube, sometime in the next month or year.
Yeah, why is like PewDiePie always like the number one source of like media?
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
He's always targeted like that because people know he's the biggest YouTuber and they know
it's
giant. He doesn't know how much power he actually has. Like
No.
this goes back to like the subscribe PewDiePie days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it started off as a simple meme, but he didn't realize how truly big it could become.
Yeah.
I think after that whole controversy, I don't think he's really been the same in how he does. He stays as uncontroversial as he possibly can because he knows that he has like an army of fan base that will just do whatever he says, unironic or ironic.
Yeah, it's pretty much just based on his word of what he does all the time, and they take it too literally.
Yeah, and that's why he almost like kind of is really blunt about that now. He'll be like, and then he'll like, I think he's even said that before about how like he'll say something ironically, and then you'll have the entire people go and do it unironically.
Yeah,
thinking that he's being serious.
Okay, well, getting off that topic because I don't really want to go into his word.
Yeah. Actually, wait, one last thing. I think the reason why all the outlets and all that stuff use him so much, why he's so controversial, is because he's the name that everyone knows, even people who don't even like ever go on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of clicks.
Yeah. Okay. So since this is the last month of the decade, from 2010 to 2020.
Sorry, I don't have 2020 vision, Zxyro.
God.
The whole speaking of the 2020 speaking of the 2020 vision thing, it's just we wanted to do a meme of the decade.
Oh,
An entire meme of the decade.
The
Because-
vote
I don't
the vote
know.
everyone's taking it on. I think I see a lot of people doing it in Baby Yoda, and I hate that. thing.
Baby Yoda shouldn't be the meme of the decade.
Are people
I
actually
hate that
doing
thing.
Baby Yoda as the meme of the decade?
Yeah, pretty much just like mainstream like blonde girls or something. I don't know.
That's
Yoda
weird
shouldn't be the meme of the
because
decade. It doesn't deserve that
He's-
title.
it's
It doesn't
barely
deserve
even a
anything.
it's barely
It
even a
doesn't deserve to be
meme.
called a meme.
Why do you hate Baby
Yeah.
Yoda so much?
It's not. It's okay. For one, people think that Baby Yoda is so cute, but it's not. It looks
It's
like
a little
green-
gremlin. It's a
That's
goblin.
Yeah, it looks like something Putis out.
Oh,
It does.
God.
It's ugly. Like I want to
No.
stomp his head.
No, what do you
I mean,
it reminds
Baby-
me of those like hairless cats.
it's like the embodiment of lazy, quote unquote wholesome memes.
lazy wholesome. Yeah,
Yeah, where it's like
not-
it's still going, right? Like people are
Just-
still posting and stuff.
yeah, and literally every post follows the same format, which is me when I was 7, doing something when I was 7 years old. Haha, wholesome.
Isn't that just like the tiny Keanu Reeves meme where he's standing on like the stage or something like that?
Yeah, no, it's that all over again. It's just that, but a different format version of
But
it.
that one, but the tiny Keanu Reeves is actually kind of funny. Like,
See, yeah, it has kind of a joke to it, which is like, haha, Keanu Reeves is squished.
yeah, like Keanu. How
What a
tall
joke.
is Keanu? Isn't he like 6 foot something?
He
I'm
probably is. He's
I'm
pretty,
pretty sure
big.
he's a tall dude. Like, here, let me see.
How tall is Keanu Reeves?
He's 6'1", okay? He's
Yeah, okay.
6'1", and that has like some comedic effect to it.
Yeah.
Tiny man, tiny big man.
6'1" man becomes 1'6" man.
Yeah, and Baby Yoda is just Baby Yoda. It's not anything. I don't see it as cute. I
Yeah.
don't see it as funny.
Well, no, you don't even. They never really even change anything up. It's just a picture of Baby Yoda, and maybe they'll edit him in looking at something like, haha, cute, wholesome.
Do you guys remember like 2018 memes where it's like Markiplier's face on
E?
something else and it's just E?
Oh, I forgot about it. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
I
and
don't
then they
know
would.
who
Oh,
win. I don't know who would win between E or Baby Yoda. I
He's,
think
he's
Oh.
like the
win.
epitome of like lol random memes.
Yeah,
How about this? Well,
it's
let's
bad. It's bad.
instead of meme of the decade, what's the worst meme of the decade?
Thanos
Oh my
card.
god,
No, that's
that'd
not.
be
It
so
can't be
hard.
Thanos
That would
card.
be so
There's a
hard
lot.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we're-
there's
if we're
so many.
If we're classifying Baby Yoda as I would probably put that as one of the worst memes next to E.
I don't think. Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
I think E was much worse than Baby Yoda though, because
And
I
you
mean,
Because you can actually kind of do something with Baby Yoda if you're clever, but E, it's literally you can't do anything clever because that's kind of part of the thing of it.
just what is you get the contrast, turn it all the way up. You do that like 3 more times, and then haha, funny.
Copy and paste Markiplier's face.
Yeah, and it hurts to your eyes. It's not funny.
Because you can't classify like 2010 to 2013 memes as bad because those were like beginner memes. That's what
Yeah,
those
those
were the memes back then.
Great
Like those
one.
were funny.
yeah,
You can't like.
that's what started memes today, and that's
Yeah.
he is like the autistic child of all those.
It's kind of
If
like
anything-
saying, yeah, oh, here it goes. Something.
The best meme of the decade is probably one of those ones because it was
Because
extremely
I still
funny
see some
first
of them
time.
today.
Doge.
Like,
Mm.
When
And some of them are still
Those-
kind of funny.
those would be a good meme. To,
Oh, maybe it would be Doge
Doge-
because Doge,
I'll vote Doge.
I would.
I would either vote Doge or SpongeBob
SpongeBob.
because
Spon-
SpongeBob's been around.
It
for a
depends
while,
on the
too.
SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Like some SpongeBob memes really hurt.
'Cause- but like
Okay.
so did some Doge memes.
A lot of Doge
So-
memes hurt today.
So what else can we
Yeah.
think back to besides memes to this decade, to the past decade? Huh?
Do you just mean like
anything,
like what-
anything, video
anything?
games,
Club Penguin.
Joe's.
When did Club Penguin started?
oh
Like
Club
27,
Penguin?
right? Or the 27, 2007, right?
27.
What
I
is
love
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did start around
Yeah.
2007. I don't know. I think I remember playing it around then.
Can we count TF2 as a decade meme or
It's
decade?
This part of the segment got corrupted. So sorry for the weird skip.
You know the guy or no?
It was something along those lines, but it's just
Yeah.
TF2 how it was back then.
Do you know who uploaded it, Joel?
Peter Scraps. There's a couple on the. I'll name 2 of them that I know.
It was
Wow.
like the other day.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, I think thinking back, I think Black Ops 2 has to be my game taker. It has
Oh,
to take the cake for me.
I'm
yeah, I
thinking
used to
too.
spend a lot of time on that.
Mhm.
I wouldn't vote TF2. I barely even play it now.
I would. I mean, because
Makes
it's
me
like
sad.
pretty much the decade, though. Like it stuck before the decade. Wait, hold on, wait, what?
Well, I
Wait
mean,
a second.
if we're going along those lines, I would say something along the lines of
What about Minecraft?
Half-Life,
Ooh,
or Left 4 Dead.
What about Roblox?
Minecraft, probably Minecraft.
Probably
Where does
Minecraft.
Roblox stand on like the chart of Hall of Games of the decade?
Well, I mean, we have to think of all these games and
There's too many.
push them down to you have to think of all these like GTA. I mean, Jello.
Oh
we,
yeah,
Yeah.
GTA.
we really like that was our start pretty much.
Which
is
GTA though?
Uh-huh.
GTA 5 because like that was
Yeah.
the first GTA I ever had.
I would say Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh
That
my
game
gosh.
changed. That game changed everything when it, or not everything, but it changed a lot of how you play a game, because it was just it made you enjoy
It
the
set
game to
and it
just
set the
enjoy
stages
the game.
it set the stages for the great game. I highly recommend Red Dead Redemption 2.
Not only just that game, but like any open world game, kind of had to learn from that of like how to make your player actually just enjoy the world. Or you know what? Speaking of enjoying the world and just like a massive world like that, The Witcher 3.
I always want to play Witcher game.
I
just
saw
never played.
I've never played it. I've seen a little bit of gameplay on it. Some
One
spooky
of
stuff in
the
that game.
literal highest rated game of all time.
Can I
It's
like?
just
Hold on. It'll go Sanic.
it's rated extremely high in like every regard, and it's just such a good game, dude. And it's so and there's so much in it, so much to unpack, that I've probably spent over a few days in it, and I'm barely even like level 12 getting through it, ducking.
Yeah.
Just so much to do in that game.
Yeah, you think when I think of Witcher 3, I relate it to Skyrim because when was Skyrim released?
A while ago, talk. I don't know. Sanic,
Was it released in the decade?
I think it was. Yeah.
If
I
it
think
was,
so.
I don't know. If it
Yeah,
was.
I don't know about like Oblivion.
Yeah, I don't
Oblivion
know.
probably was released early 2000.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I think
Fallout.
one thing I miss from the decade too is the old music, like
Yeah.
old
Which
pop, like Day and Night. Like
Yeah,
I used
Day
to
and Night.
love that song.
I don't know if I ever was too much into it, but I do miss some song.
Gangnam
Yeah,
Style.
yeah.
You know,
think
you
back-
know what I miss?
Uh,
I miss the old rap.
yes. Then
Like
really
some
that's
some
when
new.
rap had actual
substance.
meaning.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was kind of dangerous though, because you like, well, as a lot of rappers would say themselves, they're kind of making a lot of stuff up, but people take them way too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the same time, you actually had to have a flow and everything, and you had to feel the
There's
music
like
and
actual
know the
passion
music.
feels
behind
like-
it.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like today the rap is just straight getting do drugs and get girls is pretty much it.
Just the mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah,
good
and
stuff out there, but
A lot of it like just seems the same to me. Like
I guess
when I
a
hear it
lot
on
of
the
it is
radio,
just
I-
copy and paste.
yeah, when I hear it on the radio, if I do ever listen to the radio, I would instantly change it. I hate that type of music.
Also, at the same time, though, I feel like the reason why we have so much bad music is because we have so much like availability when it comes to being able to listen to stuff.
yeah.
Like you can hear just whoever, you can hear your neighbor make a song on SoundCloud and release it on there, and you
Oh,
wouldn't even
man.
know that it was your neighbor.
I heard the worst SoundCloud song the other day. Oh my
Really?
god! It was
How bad?
some wannabe rapper kid. At least he was a junior or senior.
What was it called?
Oh, what was he rapping over? He was rapping over that. Well, it was a good song. Believe me, it was a good song. He was rapping over a good song, and it just
Oh
ruined
no! Oh no! Was it? I saw this video of a guy, and I don't really have a preference on it. He did a rap over. He played the guitar part, sung it, and did a rap to "Fly Me to the Moon."
Oh, God.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's horrible.
I mean, it wasn't
Take-
too bad 'cause it wasn't like super auto-tune or whatever, but it was kind of like,
Oh no,
I
they
don't know.
They don't know how to do autotune. That's the problem. And they
That's
take
true.
legendary songs like that, and they just stomp on its grave.
Speaking
Yeah.
of like the season, oh my god, the Christmas songs. I hate so many of them because it's so happy-go-lucky. But the thing is, they're the same five. You get 5 chords, not even 5. You get 2 chords. You get 5 lyrics, and you get 5 minutes to brainstorm a song, and then you just repeat those 3 things for 10 minutes.
During the during like Christmas and all that, it like hearing it one time a year, it doesn't bother me. Like if I hear it one time a year, then I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
I'll accept it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and I
I
haven't
can
been
get
that
over
much
it pretty
either.
fast if it's one time a year, but also like don't get me wrong. I actually kind of do enjoy songs like Sleigh Ride and things like that.
Yeah,
And being able to hear them once a year, but also that's because once you play a song, for me when I play a song in like an orchestra or band or whatever, I just you fall in love with it kind
Who's
of.
that?
You're
Who's
forced
that
to.
lady that like sings Christmas songs? Rihanna? Was it Rihanna or was it like
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whitney
Houston?
Houston?
In Houston?
Was it Whitney Houston? I don't even
No,
know.
isn't Whitney Houston the one that had the drama with Leafy is Here?
What?
No, that's Whitney,
What?
Wisconsin. That's
No
Whitney,
idea.
Wisconsin. Never mind. No, do you guys remember that Whitney, Wisconsin?
Who's that?
It's ringing bells.
That's the girl. That's the girl who had a lot of drama with Leafy is Here back in the day.
What's a leafy?
Oh man,
Leafy's dead.
he's so toxic. I'm so glad his channel's dead. He was actually like really
Thank
kind of
iDubbbz for that.
yeah. Oh wait, speaking of which, didn't they take down that content cop or
Oh,
something?
yeah. Yeah, they took down.
Yeah,
was
it was that one. It was Leafy is Here one.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
it?
it was the Leafy's here because they see it as
For
bullying
harassment and bullying, yes. Which is ironic.
Although you look at Leafy's channel and that's literally
Yeah,
all
exactly.
his. I just did a Leafy. Literally,
Literally?
literally, all his channel. That's all it is. It's just harassment and bullying.
Bullying and harassment, yeah. Because I mean, you just have people trying to make content that they think that they enjoy making and things like that, and then he's like, "Okay, guys, literally, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay,
this
guys, literally.
this person needs to get cancer and die slowly."
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, dude, what the duck's wrong with you?
And I mean, the only thing that you can count as her, or in that specific video, is Tim making fun of his chin. That's the
Yeah.
only thing, besides, exposing him for who he truly is. That's the only thing he truly harasses him on. Just
Yeah,
his no chin.
it's just YouTube is something, man.
YouTube is changing. It's not the old
Yeah.
YouTube.
It's because they just
And
they're a
that has to
business
do.
now.
Yeah, that has to do with the past decade too, because
You're right. Because if you look at the first YouTube rewinds, which when was the first one? 2014.
oh man, I can't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was something like that. It was either 14, 16, or one of those ones. Maybe even earlier. And if you look at those ones, it was actually really good, and a lot of people liked it. And the reason why is because it was like a recap of the year, and they didn't bother to try to hide someone because they were quote unquote controversial, even though there wasn't that much controversy back in the day.
That's
They
when
didn't really try to
YouTube.
exclude anyone.
That's when YouTube I think that's when YouTube had its peak. Was when it was its own website and it didn't want to be good for the
Before it was a business.
people.
Yeah.
Well, I think that pretty much covers everything up, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the support on the last video. It was actually really good. We were surprised on the result of it due to the months that were
Yeah,
passed.
no, I was honestly expecting like only one person to end up watching it, like that being Robin, like one person excluding us, maybe being Robin or someone along those lines.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
like 30.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice.
But all the support we've gotten from that, it's actually encouraging. Makes
Yeah,
us actually want to do it.
It helps. It helps us want to do more podcasts.
Yeah,
Sounds
and we
good,
get
yeah.
excited for it.
Besides
And,
that,
the more podcasts we do, the better it gets, and
Yeah, we get better at
hopefully
it.
eventually we'll get some pretty good podcasts up.
well,
don't
thank
forget
you
to
guys
ever
for
try
watching
to-
or listening.
Yeah, this concludes.
Don't forget to ever try to like. Don't forget to ever try to tell us if we're doing something that you don't like, or if we need to change something up. Just
Yeah,
give us
feedback,
suggestions.
please. It's nice. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, it's been the BurgerBoys.
Yep. This concludes our special Christmas special.
Christmas 2019, end of the decade podcast.
End of decade podcast. End of decade. Wait, is this an end of decade special? Can we call it that?
Yeah.
The last podcast of the decade.
This is the last podcast.
Of
Wait,
the
what was I
Man.
gonna say? What was I gonna say? I don't know. I was gonna keep the thing going. Anyway, yeah. Thank you guys watching. Very good. End of decade. Christmas.
Listening.
Yep.
This has been Jelo Kid.
This has been Sanic.
This has been Zxyro.
Peace out.